Justice Omotosho rejects Nnamdi Kanu's ex parte request for transfer from Sokoto Prison. It's quite interesting that the person that Nnamdi Kanu told something a while back decided to answer him after he had moved to Sokoto. Let me play what Nnamdi Kanu told this justice, and I'll read to you. I'll read the news itself. Take a listen, very short.
You think Britain can ask you to join me and you join me? You are dreaming. You are dreaming. I'm telling you that you are dreaming.
Hereby sentence the convict to life in prison.
You don't know law. You don't know law. Please. You don't know law. Please. Show me. Please. Show me the law. I'm going to show me the law. You don't know 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 law. Go to police. Now and forever. It's like anything wrong. You cannot. You cannot. You can't convict me. Are you insane? It's not possible. I'm Nnamdi Kanu.
Court rejects Nnamdi Kanu's request to be transferred from Sokoto Prison. This is Channels TV. Justice James Omotosho ruled that such an order could not be granted without hearing from the federal government. Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja, has rejected an application filed by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, seeking his transfer from the Sokoto Correctional Center to a custodial facility within the Federal Capital Territory or neighboring Nasarawa State. Kanu, through the Legal Aid Council, had approached the court with an ex parte application requesting an order directing the federal government of Nigerian Correctional Service, NCOS, to immediately move him from Sokoto to either Kuje Custodial Center in Abuja or Kefi Custodial Center in Nasarawa. In the alternative, he asked to be transferred to any custodial facility within the court's jurisdiction, including Suleja or Kefi, to enable him to effectively pursue his appeal. However, Justice James Omotosho on Monday declined the request. Omotosho, show me the law. He declined the request, ruling that such an order could not be granted without hearing from the federal government. Justice Omotosho held that the respondents, the federal government, and the NCOS ought to be put on notice for them to respond appropriately in the interest of justice before the request could be granted. He subsequently fixed January 27, 2026 for the hearing of the motion. All right, so hopefully they'll be able to do what they have to do, and then Nnamdi Kanu can, to be honest, I think he should just stay in Sokoto. They're saying that they've turned that place to a pilgrimage, whatever. So maybe they should be there for a while. May God bless them as they appeal. Because of what I'm about to read right now, I saw something very ridiculous earlier today. I thought it makes absolutely no sense, but it is what it is. We're in Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu acted like Awolowo by disengaging lawyers. Who said that? Consultant. Whatever makes you compare this person with Awolowo is just, it must be kind. Aloy Ejimakor, legal consultant to the convicted leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has likened him to the late premier of the Old Western region, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, over his decision to represent himself in court. In a conversation with our correspondent, this is from Punch, by the way. In a conversation with our correspondent on Sunday, Ejimakor suggested that Kanu's refusal to hire lawyers may be delaying the filing of his appeal against his life imprisonment by the Federal High Court in Abuja. So instead of lawyers to go further stuff for him, he won't do it by himself. Quote, MNK has not filed his appeal yet because he has refused to hire lawyers. You know, he disengaged us as his lawyers. So we now act in the capacity of a consultant. I am a consultant to him, Ejimakor said. I don't know why he does not want a lawyer, but I believe it is because he's a great man. What's this? I don't know why he does not want a lawyer, but I believe it is because he's a great man. Many great men are like that. They believe you can't present their case like they can themselves. Even Awolowo refused to hire lawyers in his time. Awolowo actually had lawyers. Did he defend himself? Yes. But did he have lawyers? Yes, he did. You know what? Maybe after this series and the next, we'll do something on Awolowo's treasonable, you know, case, treasonable felony, and then we'll read his books and what he said about that case. Because I don't know, even if you refuse to hire lawyers, Awolowo trained as a lawyer. This one, it is well. In fact, let me read it again because I just think it's just nonsense. It says he doesn't know why Nnamdi Kanu does not want a lawyer, but he believes it is because he's a great man. Excuse me. Many great men are like that. They believe you can't represent their case like they can themselves. Even Awolowo refused to hire lawyers in his time. MNK wants to represent himself, and there are about 4 or 5 processes he has to follow to file the appeal before the appellate court. Ejimakor also backed Kanu's request to be transferred to Abuja from the Sokoto Correctional Center. He said, quote, "The court already said he can't be in Kuje prison, so that is fine, but he needs to be closer to Abuja. So if the court will grant his motion to be transferred to Suleja prison or Kefi, to me, there is nothing special about any prison in Nigeria. They are all the same, but MNK needs to be close to Abuja." Why? To be able to file the case. Awolowo finished in England in 1947, studied law, was called to the inner temple. That's how they call it in England. He's a solicitor. This one, I see people writing all kinds of things in the comment section. I don't know his profession or what he was trained to do. They are doing this thing like it's comedy. Like it's comedy. In the middle of the whole thing, he says he doesn't want anybody to represent him. He's going to do it himself. Then he says he's going to call 23 witnesses. Then he changed his mind. It's his life on the line, and you guys are playing like this. You're comparing him with Awo. Hey, this Nigeria itself, I disrespect. You're comparing Nnamdi Kanu with Awolowo. The match used to compare that Kinigon said that mouth to Huawei. Someone says Kanu must stay in the caliphate. It's insult to Fulanis will not go scot-free from Janjaweed. It is well, though. It is well. So because if you're a great man, you don't need lawyers. You don't have to study law. They're asking you job, you say, when they ask you for like anything, just tell them, show me the law. You have to ask the judge to show you the law. Show me the law. Or what to show you don't know the law. And you must deceive yourself. You must just deceive. Yes, you are deceiving yourself in the name of defending yourself. It's a joke. It's a joke.